Hey, Tony Gassins here. Now listen to me. I want to talk to you about this dating scene today because I was touching on it the other day. It's getting real wild. And I'll be teaching a in-depth class this Saturday for singles. And it's on Tony Gassins Academy. You'll see it. First course right there. You'll see it. But we in a new day and age to where things are not like they used to be. And I remember it being said. My dad used to always say this. Seems like the Bible say we're gonna get weaker and wiser. And I need to go look at the actual scripture, but just the phrase itself, biblical or not, it always made me think about, okay, how do we get weaker and wiser? And it just didn't really add up to me. But when I look at our world today, our technology makes us weaker and wiser, in the sense of it's almost like we get weak in certain areas and strong in others. So because we have Google, because we have an app for everything, so you can consume so much knowledge. You can learn so much. You can make six figures from home now. Like you don't have to leave your house. And my family teases me because I use my mind. I use my mind and I serve and operate in my gift, but I don't have to leave home to earn a living. And that's a new day. We live in a new day. So, in that sense, we are wiser. But because of the amount of convenience that we have, the amount of technology that we are weaker. So when you think about it, there's a million dating apps. What that does is it weakens our communication skills. It weakens our social interactions. So now when a man can go on social media and he can look at a woman's life from four different angles, and he can study her all day and for days to come, there is no reason to approach a woman in public. And now, if you're being approached by a man, you will typically be approached by an extremist. He either is an extremely amazing guy who was raised right with chivalry, taught chivalry, self respect, he has confidence, integrity, or you are being approached by the spawn of Satan. There really is no in between, because the guy in between is on Instagram DM hunting, shooting shots, or a dating app, or some other social media. The guy with a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. But then the guy who has the amazing integrity, he may be more traditional in the sense of he's more open to a warm lead into a woman's life, meaning he wants to be introduced to someone by a friend or a family member, someone who goes to his church, someone has kind of met and vetted and saw that, hey, this is a good woman and she's single, I would like to introduce you to. He may start leaning more toward that than walking up to a woman and shooting his shot. Because now, because of the weaker and wiser, and because of the constant competition that women are in, a man is faced with the dilemma of approaching a woman and shooting a shot online. But today, you can approach a woman who looks respectable and then find out she has a OnlyFans where she does porn because of the internet and the access. So women can now go online and strip, or get naked or have sex or twerk and make six figures. And I watched a little bit of a documentary. I don't know why I didn't keep watching it, but I maybe watched 20 minutes, and I can't remember if it was on Netflix or what, but it was showing women who would traditionally be seen as unattractive. One woman that I seen on there was out of shape, and but we are in a place now to where we can't be out of shape. You know, if we are out of shape, that is now body positive, and just we are supposed to be okay with it, which makes sense if it is a health issue. But I heard Zig Ziglar say, when I was listening to him years ago, he said, I've never eaten anything by accident. And so that's just the way I try to live my life, is like, man, let me just keep working. Like, I'm not happy with my body. I want to lose 10 or 20 pounds. But I just got to slowly but surely keep working at it. But we live in a world today where there's so much convenience, there's so much comfort. Anything we want to be, anything we want to do. I just was seeing about the billions of dollars. I did this thing say 200 billion? I'm hoping it said 2 billion or something, but I think the thing said $200 billion in PPP fraud. That is weaker and wiser. Like, they have programs, like even right now with the employee retention credit, there are so many scammers who are creating companies, don't have any W-2 people, but filling out this paperwork and getting this $26,000 per W-2 employee and walking away with hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the government don't even see it. And then they'll take and audit a legitimate business and overlook the thousands and thousands of people that created a fake business and stole all the money. So then when the people who got a real business go to get the money gone from the scammers. That's weaker and wiser, meaning our technology has been the death of us. And the way we see it affecting these children, they are zombies, and they have gamer brain, and they have YouTube brain, and they have app brain, and they can't sit still in a classroom, and they can't sit and watch a movie without getting on their phone or talking throughout the whole movie. The attention span is shot because of the stimulation from the phone and the tablet and the video game. So, because our brains are being rewired, it's now changing us to where men don't want to approach women because we get so used to a dopamine hit. The thought of being rejected scares a man to death. And if he walks up to a woman and she rejects him and she's not taken, he is thinking that everyone around them has stopped and is standing still and staring at him while he approaches this woman. And then today, so many women are not looking for a man. They are looking for a meal ticket. They are looking for a rescuer. So now, today, women are intentionally looking for ugly men with a bag to his name, and overlooking attractive and handsome men who are working hard and busting their butt and working their way up the ladder in their industry. Those men are being used for dinner and then let go or cheated on for a man who is financially stable and established, who may be a pervert at heart or a jerk undercover, and then the woman gets the man with money, gets emotionally abused, gets verbally abused, gets physically abused, and she stays because she's able to show a new Louis Vuitton purse and a G-Wagon or a Range Rover steering wheel on social media. And that's what we're going into. And then we have spirits and principalities in high places and inhabiting the faces of popular pastors and celebrities and people. And that's what we're going to be talking about this Saturday, but can't really say names on here online too much because, people get your video took down and be flaggy and all that. But on my own little system, me on Zoom and me just talking and you signing up for class, Saturday school is what I call it, on TonyGasselsAcademy.com. That's my own ecosystem. So, I can't get flagged there. But hey, think about this thing. And Saturday we're gonna talk about, for the singles, how you got to move today. How you got to move today, and how all hope is not lost, but you have to become a 1%er. You have to elevate. You got to elevate. You can't be on the broad road. You got to get on the narrow road. And we're going to talk through that, because right now this dating scene for y'all, it's not the best thing, but we also being lulled, Lulled, if that's how you spell it, lulled to sleep. People be thinking I'm saying loved, Loved, because of my accent. We being lulled to sleep, and we so complacent. And the thing about it is when we aren't happy, it's hard to produce. So we sit still and we keep drinking soda and juice and eating cookies and cake and eating all time of day and night. And we eating Popeyes and pizza and all this unhealthy stuff because it's comforting. It's so heavy and so full of the wrong things that it make us just feel so full, and a brain release them chemicals to where we comforting ourselves with a vice. And for some of us it's food, for some of us it's alcohol, for some of us it's a video game, for some of us it's toxic social media, toxic television. But whatever gives the brain the release that helps it forget about the misery or the pain, the doubt, the worry, the fear, that's what we indulge in. And by indulging, we are becoming even more stuck in quicksand. And so we have to start working to come out of that, to get out that quicksand, to start changing and growing and learning and sowing and knowing and glowing. And that right there will change your situation, and you will attract something different. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. Hope to see you in class this Saturday. TonyGaskelsAcademy.com. God bless you. We'll talk soon.